Welcome to NTN Nightly. I am Janelle Norville. This edition's top stories. Public Service Minister Honorable Dr. Virginia Albert Poyotte discusses staff concerns on the transition of Victoria Hospital. Tenants of the CDC welcome government's move to ease their financial burden brought on by COVID-19. And repositioning the marketing board to meet the demands of the population. Minister with responsibility for the public service and labor, Dr. Virginia Albert Poyotte, met with stakeholders on Tuesday, October 26, 2021, to discuss some pertinent concerns with regard to the transfer of staff from Victoria Hospital to the Millennium Heights Medical Complex. More in this report from Julita Peter.
Since the transfer of staff from the Victoria Hospital to the Millennium Heights Medical Complex in 2020, there have been some unsettling concerns, one of which is the clause in the Millennium Heights Medical Complex Act, which deals with transfer and secondment. Tuesday's meeting sought to begin the dialogue with the new Minister for the Public Service and Labour and was attended by representatives of the St. Lucia Nurses Association, St. Lucia Civil Service Association, Attorney General's Chambers, Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, Millennium Heights Medical Complex Board of Directors, and the Department of the Public Service and Labour.
According to the agreement, the contract that the employees have signed, those who have moved across, they agreed for an 8-year secondment. So we are asking, what's about the job security after the 8 years? That's the concern that CSC has. I'm understanding from Millennium Heights that the conditions they have for the employees are better than what they had before, but that is subject to individual views and perspective. So right now, I am open to listen to all contending views, and then the Prime Minister and the Cabinet will take the matter beyond that.
At Tuesday's meeting, parties agreed to continue to dialogue and subsequently present a position to the Minister for the Public Service and Labour for onward submission to Cabinet. The Millennium Heights Medical Complex is currently at stage 3 of the 4 stages of transition. Minister Albert Poyotte is of the view that the time has come for the institution to be piloted to the final phase. However, she said the current hurdles must be addressed before that can happen. Meanwhile, Minister Albert Poyotte has responded to queries regarding the proposed management of the OKEU Hospital by Health City Cayman Islands Group.
Well, we are still exploring what is in writing because the Minister of Health would be looking at the document. And as I said, this is a new administration, and this administration has its priorities and its strategies. And if what is existing is in keeping with the strategies and policies of the Labour Party, we'll go along with it. If it's not in keeping, the areas that need to be modified, we will modify them and then do what is necessary in the interest of the people.
The Millennium Heights Medical Complex comprises of the Owen King European Hospital, National Mental Wellness Center, and the Turning Point Rehabilitation Center, and is being managed by a 6-member senior management team. From the Department of the Public Service, Julita Peter reporting.
Tenants of the CDC in Castries have welcomed a move by government to ease the financial burden brought on by COVID-19. The Department of Housing and Local Government has announced that tenants have been granted reprieve in rent owed to the National Housing Corporation. Minister Honorable Richard Frederick made the announcement Wednesday, indicating that the debt forgiveness totals $4.2 million. The government of St. Lucia continues to make good on its promise to deliver to the people of St. Lucia, enacting its mantra, putting people first. Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for housing and local government, Honorable Richard Frederick, staying the course, announced that tenants of the Colonial Development Corporation, CDC, will be relieved of any outstanding rent owed, amounting to some $4.2 million. Minister Honorable Frederick further explained that the government, through the National Housing Corporation, NHC, has considered and agreed that this would encompass all tenants currently occupying the CDC units, whether residential or commercial, up to the end of September 2021. The minister, noting the hardships befalling tenants due to the COVID-19 pandemic, said that the move was necessary.
There are only two conditions attached to this gratuitous deed. One, all tenants must pay their rent for the months of October and November. Pay your rent October, November. Once that is done, the good news is all tenants again would get relief for December. So as long as you pay your rent for October and November, no tenant is expected to pay rent in December. Christmas has come early at the hands of this caring government. The other condition is that tenants would have to sign a new lease agreement come January. In January, the government will start afresh and all tenants will be required to sign new leases. I must say that given this reprieve or this waiver, delinquency or non-payment, as we call it colloquially, will no longer be tolerated. Neither will we tolerate subletting.
Additionally, to tighten up lease agreements with both residential and commercial tenants, the NHC will ensure that the occupants are the lessees of the units, this in an effort to halt subletting. 2 tenant liaison officers will also be employed to ensure a seamless process.
As a caring government, we have helped the tenants by relieving them of a total of approximately $4.2 million. The obligation is now on the tenants to help themselves by being responsible tenants. I do hope that this kind of relationship will augur well for the NHC and its tenants. I pause here to say that that reprieve cannot apply to any judgment currently existing.
Cynthia Lubin, who has been a residential tenant for some 8 years, expressed gratitude for the initiative.
I just want to applaud Honorable Richard Frederick for a job well done on behalf of us who lives in the CDC. And also I want to even thank him for the internet he has placed in place for us. I want to thank him. May the Lord continue to bless him and lead him into the right path to continue doing the work he has started for the people in Central Castries, especially those who cannot afford.
Commercial tenant Sophia Peter said her business has been hard hit by COVID-19, leaving her cash-strapped. As such, she welcomed the move by the government.
Since COVID came and things were slow, and the last time we were supposed to close all the time, we were always closed, and the people things not the way it was before. We were back on, especially me, I was back on my rent. And I really appreciate what the government did. I am so grateful. I am so thankful to God and this government for doing such a wonderful job for us. Because, they said they was going to put people first. And I am very happy that they put the people first and don't think about themselves. Because I know I thought of it already, and I said, for them to remove, I'm sure it's about how many millions of dollars, and for the government to absorb that loss. You understand? I am very grateful for the Prime Minister. I am very grateful to Mr. Frederick for taking that decision as a government, to give us that little, thing. I am grateful, and then I am telling the other people, make sure now we could make sure. I pray that no more COVID. COVID will go. COVID will leave St. Lucia, and we will be able to give them what we can.
Minister Honorable Richard Frederick also disclosed that an assessment is currently being conducted for the vendors' arcade and market, with an announcement to be made at the soonest. From the Government Information Service, I am Janelle Norville. The government of St. Lucia continues efforts to market St. Lucia as a leading destination choice. Minister for Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, in an interview with Breaking Travel News at Expo Dubai 2020, highlighted the government's intention to fortify the tourism sector to make it inclusive and sustainable.
I think our vision, first and foremost, is to ensure that we have a tourism industry that is sustainable, that can withstand the various shocks, whether natural disasters, whether it is economic challenges, but we have a tourism industry that is robust, that can recover quickly from whenever there are any shocks. But also important for us is to ensure that the industry offers many more opportunities to as many people as possible. We do not think that the tourism industry should be seen as restricted to a few, both in terms of participation, ownership, and enjoying the benefits of it. We want to introduce a tourism industry that offers authentic experiences to our visitors, and for that to be successful, it has to come from the people itself.
A key program for inclusivity in St. Lucia's tourism sector is the Village Tourism Program, which will also offer visitors an authentic St. Lucian experience.
We are very aggressive now in ensuring that some of the projects get off the ground. And I mentioned earlier our village tourism program, which we are really seeking to introduce as quickly as possible. We want in the post-COVID for St. Lucia to be a better destination with a better product. And surely we see a lot of investments coming over the next few months in more hotel plans, we see in more product development, and we plan to ensure that when COVID finally allows people to open up as much as possible, that St. Lucia will be so well placed to offer a better product.
Minister for Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire. Meantime, French Caribbean airline Air Antilles is on schedule to increase its winter service to destination St. Lucia. Commencing on December 6, 2021, St. Lucia will benefit from a capacity of approximately 3,000 seats per month on the schedule to George F.L. Charles Airport. With the St. Lucia Tourism Authority (SLTA) placing strategic emphasis on airlift from the French market, this increase in service is a direct result of market trends and frequent consultations with the airline. Christopher Gustave is the marketing manager at the St. Lucia Tourism Authority with responsibility for the Caribbean market and events.
We are truly appreciative of the positive response from the team at Air Antilles. This partnership lends support to the efforts of the SLTA in recognizing the arrival of more Caribbean visitors and returning nationals within our source markets. The schedule also provides same-day return service, making it so much easier to escape to the awe-inspiring island of St. Lucia.
The winter schedule will offer St. Lucians the ease of movement across several Caribbean gateways, including Martinique, Guadeloupe, Barbados, St. Martin, Curacao, Dominica, and Antigua. UN Day, observed annually on the 24th of October, was this year commemorated by the government of St. Lucia in collaboration with the UN Office for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean with a flag-raising ceremony. UN Day has been celebrated since 1948 and marks the anniversary of the entry into force of the UN Charter in 1945. United Nations Resident Coordinator Didier Tibek indicated that while the 76th anniversary is marred with a myriad of challenges, these challenges remind us that we are stronger together and that times of struggle can provide opportunities for positive change, transformation, and innovation.
The challenges facing all of us nowadays are immense. COVID-19 continues to adversely impact the socio-economic reality of Caribbean seas and to deepen existing disparities among the most at-risk population. Our world is now characterized by rising inequalities, rising poverty in some cases, and a climate emergency of overwhelming growing proportions. So what kind of future do we now see? This is the question we must now ask to ourselves. While in the past month have been daunting, they have also taught us that unity and solidarity are truly the only way forward.
Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Honorable Philip J. Pierre, noted that St. Lucia has benefited from several UN projects and the island continues to play its role in fulfilling the UN's global mandate.
St. Lucia has benefited from the work of many UN developmental agencies such as UNICEF, FAO, UNDP, and WHO, among others. Over the past 4 decades, these agencies have provided millions of dollars of development assistance to St. Lucia, both through direct interventions and multilateral programs. The most recent significant assistance came from the WHO COVAX facility to secure vaccines for developing countries to combat the COVID-19 pandemic. St. Lucia has always actively participated in the workings and decisions of the United Nations for a permanent representative at the UN at its New York headquarters. Our very own ambassador, Sir Julian Robert Hunt, served as president of the 58th session of the UN General Assembly from 2003 to 2004. We are proud to proclaim that he served with distinction during his tenure. St. Lucia was an integral part of the CARICOM-led charge on behalf of the Small Island Developing States, SIDS, to secure a deal at the Paris Climate Agreement to cap global warming at 1.5% of pre-industrial levels by the end of this century.
Other activities in commemoration of UN Day in St. Lucia include a panel discussion to be aired on the national television network on the role of the UN in response to COVID-19. This is NTN Nightly. Stay with us.
I got the COVID-19 vaccine to safely return to my dance class.
I wanted the vaccine because I really missed being at school.
I got vaccinated so that I can go visit my grandparents without having to worry about them getting ill.
I asked my mom to be vaccinated after reading and realizing this was the best way to keep my family and friends protected.
We all look forward to doing the things we love once more. The COVID-19 vaccine gives us this hope.
The vaccine is protecting us
and will protect you too.
Vaccinate. For you, for yours, for us.
Welcome back. The St. Lucia Marketing Board, with the support of the Ministry of Agriculture, is taking steps to strengthen the delivery of its goods and services in the agriculture market. This move comes on the heels of a recently conducted SWOT analysis. More from Miguel Morissette.
Minister for Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development, Honorable Alfred Prosper, has expressed in his humble opinion the importance of St. Lucia's Marketing Board past, present and future. The St. Lucia Marketing Board continues to make advancements in fundamental areas to ensure the objectives of the organization are met whilst attempting to generate the competitive edge in the agriculture sector. According to Agriculture Minister Honorable Alfred Prosper, the St. Lucia Marketing Board plays a critical role in assisting farmers of this country. Minister Prosper is one of the leading advocates for St. Lucia Marketing Board's existence and has pledged his support to making this entity bigger, better and more competitive. The St. Lucia Marketing Board has been in existence for approximately 54 years.
So that tells us the value of the Marketing Board. Because it's about food security, it's about helping our farmers, ensuring that there is a reliable market available for them to sell their produce. But we understand now the Marketing Board is facing tremendous challenges. The Marketing Board is faced with competition by massive stores and hotels. No more can our farmers rely solely on the Marketing Board when they have to sell their produce, because they can decide whether they sell to Massy, which I was told is offering a better price for the produce, whether they want to go straight to the hotels where they can get even more than what Massy is producing. But the Marketing Board continue and will always be a very important entity to the Ministry of Agriculture and St. Lucia as a whole. We must ensure that our farmers and other stakeholders in the agricultural sector continue to rely on the Marketing Board as one, if not the main entity for sale of their produce. And I just recently appointed a new board of directors for the marketing board. And I am hoping that this new board will identify all the issues affecting the farmers in the sector to ensure that the marketing board continue to live up to its mandate.
Most recently, the St. Lucia Marketing Board strengthened its human resource skills by providing training for some of its employees in the area of post-harvest handling and food safety of fresh produce for marketing. This was one of many strategic undertakings as the board seeks to provide international standards and re-emerge second to none in the agriculture sector. The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development reaffirms its support to the farmers and the St. Lucia Marketing Board. From the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development, Miguel Morissette reporting.
And now we take a look at the weather.
Forecast for St. Lucia valid for the next 24 hours. Fair to partly cloudy and very hazy with a few brief showers. Saharan dust will continue to cause a reduction in visibility and air quality around the Eastern Caribbean region during the next couple of days. Persons with respiratory ailments and dust allergies are advised to continue to be vigilant. Seas, moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet or 0.9 to 1.5 meters. The Atlantic high pressure system will continue to generate moderate easterly winds around the Lesser Antilles during the next 24 hours. The intertropical convergence zone will generate occasional cloudiness showers and possibly isolated thunderstorms over the extreme southern portion of our region during the forecast period. A tropical wave located over the central tropical Atlantic is moving westward near 15 miles per hour or 24 kilometers per hour.
That brings us to the end of NTN Nightly. Join us next time at 7 p.m. with a repeat at 7 a.m. You can also catch up with us anytime on the St. Lucia Government Facebook page or YouTube channel. I am Janelle Norville.